वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां विषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। साक्षात्कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणं तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। वासुदेवेन्द्रयोगीन्द्रं नत्वा ज्ञानप्रदं गुरुम्
योगीन्द्रं नत्वा ज्ञानप्रदं
मुमुक्षूणां हितार्थाय तत्त्वबोधो विधीयते।
मुमुक्षूणां हितार्थाय तत्त्वबोधो विधीयते। साधनचतुष्टयसम्पन्नाधिकारिणां
मोक्षसाधनभूतं तत्त्वविवेकप्रकारं वक्ष्यामः।
तत्त्वविवेकप्रकारं वक्ष्यामः।
साधनचतुष्टयं किम्?
साधनचतुष्टयं किम्?
नित्यानित्यवस्तुविवेकः
नित्यानित्यवस्तुविवेकः
इहामुक्तार्थफलभोगविरागः
इहामुद्रार्थफलभोगविरागः
शमादिषट्कसम्पत्तिः
शमादिषट्कसम्पत्तिः
मुमुक्षुत्वं चेति
मुमुक्षुत्वं चेति
repeat. एतत् साधनचतुष्टयम्
साधनचतुष्टयम्
ततस्तत्त्वविवेकस्य अधिकारिणो भवन्ति।
ततस्तत्त्व विवेकस्याधिकारिणो
अधिकारी
भवन्ति।
तद्विवेकः कः?
तत्त्वविवेकः कः?
आत्मा सत्यं तदन्यत् सर्वं विद्येति।
आत्मा सत्यं तदन्यत् सर्वं मिथ्येति।
आत्मा कः?
आत्मा कः?
सूक्ष्मकारणशरीरः
स्थूलसूक्ष्मकारणशरीरव्यतिरिक्तः पञ्चकोशातीतः सन् अवस्थात्रयसाक्षी
सच्चिदानन्दरूपः सन्
सच्चिदानन्दरूपः सन्
यस्तिष्ठति स आत्मा
यस्तिष्ठति स आत्मा स्थूलशरीरं किम्
पञ्चीकृतपञ्चमहाभूतैः कृतं सत्
पञ्चीकृतपञचमहाभूतैः कृतं सत् कर्मजन्यं
सुखदुःखादिभोग आयतनं शरीरम्
सुखदुःखादिभोग आयतनं शरीरम्
अस्ति जायते वर्धते विपरिणमते
अस्ति जायते वर्धते विपरिणमते
अपक्षीयते विनश्यतीति
अपक्षीयते विनश्यति इति
षड्विकारवत् एतत् स्थूलशरीरम्
षड्विकारवद् एतत् स्थूलशरीरम् सूक्ष्मशरीरं किम्
पञ्चीकृतपञ्चमहाभूतैः कृतं सत्
अपञ्चीकृतपञ्चमहाभूतैः कृतं सत्
कर्मजन्यम् भोगसाधनम्
सुखदुःखादिभोगसाधनम्
पञ्चज्ञानेन्द्रियाणि पञ्चकर्मेन्द्रियाणि
पञ्चज्ञानेन्द्रियाणि पञ्चकर्मेन्द्रियाणि
पञ्चप्राणादयः
पञ्चप्राणादयः
मनश्चैकं बुद्धिश्चैका
मनश्चैकं बुद्धिश्चैका
एवं सप्तदश कलाभिः सह
एवं सप्तदश कलाभिः सह
यत्तिष्ठति तत् सूक्ष्मशरीरम्
यत्तिष्ठति तत् सूक्ष्मशरीरम्
श्रोत्रं त्वक् चक्षुरसनाघ्राणमिति पञ्चज्ञानेन्द्रियाणि
श्रोत्रं त्वक् चक्षुरसनाघ्राणमिति पञ्चज्ञानेन्द्रियाणि
श्रोत्रस्य देवता श्रोत्रस्य दिग्देवता
श्रोत्रस्य दिग्देवता त्वचो वायुः
चक्षुषः सूर्यः
चक्षुषः सूर्यः रसनायाः वरुणः प्राणस्य अश्विनौ इति ज्ञानेन्द्रियदेवताः श्रोत्रस्य विषयः शब्दग्रहणम् त्वचो विषयः स्पर्शग्रहणम्
चक्षुषो विषयः रूपग्रहणम्
चक्षुषो
चक्षुषो
विषयो
विषयः
रूपग्रहणम्
रूपग्रहणम्
रसनायाः विषयः रसग्रहणम्
रसनाय विषयः
विषयो
रसग्रहणम्
रसग्रहणम्
घ्राणस्य विषयः गन्धग्रहणम् इति
घ्राणस्य
घ्राणस्य
विषयः
विषयः
गन्धग्रहणम्
गन्धग्रहणम्
इति
इति
So this is the, the functions of the Jnanendriya. After discussing the Adhisthana Devata of each Jnanendriya and the functions of each Jnanendriya, the functions of Jnanendriya being perception, the perception of Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Garahanam. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Garahanam. These are the properties. The properties of the Pancha Mahabhuta, out of which the elements and the elementals were created. The Jagat is created. Therefore, through this Pancha Jnanendriya, we are in contact with the Jagat, and the Jagat being Srishtam, Srishtatvat, it is not separate from Ishvara, because Ishvara is Abhinna Nimitta Upadana Karanatvat, and Jagat being the manifestation of Bhagavan, everything being Bhagavan. Therefore, through contact with the Jagat, through the sense organs, contact of the sense organs with the Jagat, we are in contact with Ishvara all the time. Be in contact with Jagat isn't be in contact with Ishvara. Even when Jnanendriyas are there, we are in contact. How? Because we are not different from Ishvara. When everything is Ishvara, it includes you also. How can you be away from Ishvara? Nothing is away from Ishvara. Then only He is Ishvara. He is the Lord. Otherwise, the Lord also will become limited. Lord is different, Binnaha, from the material. The material becomes a separate reality. So therefore, the Srishta Jagat is not separate, not away from Ishvara. What is Srishtam is only a partial manifestation of the Ishvara. So, therefore only the discussion on Adhisthana Devata, the Devatas presiding over each the faculty, presiding over each total particular faculty. Each Jnanendriya presided over by the Adhisthana Devata, who represents the particular total faculty, and the collection, the sum total of the total particular faculties is Bhagavan. Is the faculty of Bhagavan, is Bhagavan. Now, after discussing the Jnanendriyam, the next topic is Karmendriya. Why Karmendriya is discussed? Because all these discussions come under the definition of Sukshma Sharira. Sukshma Shariram made of 17 components. Pancha Jnanendriya, therefore it is discussed first. Then Pancha Karmendriya, that is the next topic. We will read. Vakpanipadapayupasthani iti.
वाक्पाणिपादपायु उपस्थानि इति
Pancha Karmendriyani.
Panchakardindriyani.
We will discuss this first. So, Karmendriyani Pancha. Pancha Karmendriyani. Karma plus Indriyani, Karmendriyani, simple, Gunasandhi. Pancha means five. Five Indriyani, organs, sense organs. The organs doesn't mean it is the physical organs. The organ, the subtle organ, which is responsible for the function of the gross organ. The faculty which is behind the function of the gross sense organ. That is the indriyas. So, karma is action. Therefore, the five sense organs of action. Pancha karmendriyani. Tani kani, what are they? Vak, pani, pada, payu, upasthani iti. Payu, upasthani. Payu plus upasthani, payu, upasthani. Savarna dirgha sandhi. Upasthani plus uti, upasthani iti. Gandu sandhi there also. It is choice, our choice. So the five sense organs of actions. What are they? Vak. Number one, vak. Vak is speech. Vak is the speech. It is Kalanta Shabda, Chakaranta Shabda, Strilinga Shabda. Vak, Vak, Vacho, Vachaha, Vacham, Vacho, Vachaha, Vacha, Vagbhyam, Vagbhihi. This is how it is declined. Vak is Pratama Vibhakti Ekavachanam. Vak means the organ of speech. The Vak Shakti. Panihi is hands. Hastendriya. Hasta, hands. Danda Pani is the name of the Lord Muruga. Danda is the Ayuda in the hands of the Lord. The Lord is Muruga. Kartikeya. Danda Pani. So Panihi means hands. Pada is legs. Pada, legs. Payu plus upasthani, payu upasthani. So the word is payu only. Ukaranta shabda. Like Guru shabda. Payu. The declension will be like Guru shabda. Payuhu. Pratama vibhakti ekavachanam. Payu means what? Payu means anus. That is the organ of evacuation. That is called payu. Upasthani means the organ of creation, procreation. Organ of procreation. So, Vak, Pani, Pada, Payu, Upasthani. These are the five sense organs of action. Now, we are discussing these karmendriyas, as I told before, as part of Sukshma Shariram. Why Sukshma Shariram is discussed? That is in the context of what Atma is not. Atma Kaha, that is where it started. And these five karmendriyas, they form part of the Sukshma Shariram. And these are the indriyas, not the indriyas means we should know that that they do not refer to the physical part, it refers to the golakam. Therefore, when I say vak means that is the power behind the physical organ, mouth. It is not the mouth, the physical organ, the gross physical organ, the power behind that. The physical part, mouth, is called golakam. People may have the golakam mouth, but they may not be able to speak. They are dumb. Mukha. So it means the karmendriya, the vak shakti is not functioning. So therefore the vak refers to the invisible faculty which functions behind the golakam. Because of this faculty only, the tongue is able to, the physical organ is able to do its job of expression, speaking. That invisible power, the invisible capacity, the shakti, which functions behind the organ, the physical organ, that is vak, vagindriya. Similarly, hand is not the physical hand, it is the power, the capacity behind the organ, behind the hand, the golakam. What are its capacity? The power to move, the power to lift. So those power, hand stands for power, balam, the strength. So the power which operates behind the hand, which functions behind the hand, because of which we are able to do various kinds of actions. That is called panihi. That is called panihi. A man affected with paralysis, he may have the golakam, but the panindriya is not functioning. That is why even though he has physical hands, but doesn't function. So therefore, panindriya refers to the power that is responsible for the strength. That is responsible for the strength of the physical hands. The hand stands for power. The hand stands for the power. That is why when we say, I have the power to do, we show the hand. Then the next one is padaha. Padaha is the foot, the leg. Padau, because the pair of legs, feet is there, therefore padau. Padau, they are meant for movement. Mobility is because of the pada. So pada refers to the power which functions behind the movement of the feet. So padaha. Vayuhu is the internal organ, the internal power, the faculty, which is responsible for the removal of waste from the body. Every day there is a lot of intake we take. It is not just stored in the body. Body is just like a huge factory. Lot of raw materials are fed in, and after processing, the essential things are retained. And from the essential things only the power is applied to all the parts of the body. And that which are not essential, the power, what I mean is the energy, the power in the form of energy, which all the indriyas enjoy, all the organs enjoy. They are distributed. And that which are not essential, they are removed. The non-essentials have to be removed from the body, continuously have to be removed from the body. If not removed, then body will cease to be a body, it will collapse. So therefore, that organ which does this job of evacuation. It is called Payuhu. Payuhu means wastage removal organ. That wastage removal also, the wastage are of two types. One is solid waste, other one is liquid waste. Both. It refers to both. So that is the organ Payuhu. Upastaha, Upastani, not Upastaha, Upastani. Upastani is the organ of reproduction. That organ of reproduction, because of which every living being reproduces and continues its parampara, the lineage. The lineage is perpetuated because of the faculty of upastani indriyani. It refers to the power which functions behind the physical sexual organ. That is called upastani. So these are the Pancha Karmendriyani. So an organ is an organ, whether it is an organ of perception, that is Jnanendriya, or organ of action, Karmendriya. So for an organ to be organ, it must have both the physical part and the Shakti behind it, so that the human being can utilize that and gets things accomplished. Without the physical part or without the Shakti, the organ is not an organ. The human being will be deficient with that organ. So therefore we have to thank God. We have got both the physical organs as well as the Shakti, Indriyanis, Golakam as well as Indriyani are given and they are functional. They are functional because of which only we are able to accomplish many things in life. After the period of time when we grow old, these organs slowly gets deteriorated and the functional capacity reduces. That is the natural thing happens to the body, because the body being made of the materials, they're all there, and their tendency, their natural thing is vinashyati, apakshiyate vinashyati. That is what we saw in Sthula Shariram. Slowly it deteriorates. But as long as we live, this Golakam and the Indriyanis, they have to be functional. And only when they are functional, as I said, only when they are functional, a man can accomplish things in life. Even for moksha, Shravanam is important, listening. For that, Shrotrendriya is important. Shrotrendriya is very much important. Shrotrendriya is important. Chakshurindriya is important. All the Indriyas have to be important. That is why even the Shastra Patanam and all should be done we started at the early age. Later when we grow old, we don't know whether these organs will be functional. Therefore, better to start at the early stage itself. And we pray to Bhagavan to keep these organs always functional, so that we can strive to get moksha through Shravanam, Shastra Patanam, Nidityasanam, etc. That is why there is a Shanti Pata. Apyayantu mamangani. That particular Shanti Pata, it talks about strength, asking Bhagavan to give strength through all the Indriyas. Badram Karnevi, that even in that Badram Karnevi, Shantipata also. Badram Karnevi, Shuniyama Devaha, Badram Pashyemakshabhiryajatraha, Sthirairangai Stushtvagum Sastanubihi, Sthiraihi Angaihi. Angani should be Sthirani. All the angas, the limbs, the parts of the body should be sthira, should be steady, should be functional. Important. These strength, the functionality of the sense organs are important to gain jnana yogya prapti. Jnana yogyata. For jnana yogyata prapti, all these sense organs and should be functional. Therefore, only all these through this Shantipata we pray to Bhagavan for the strength of these indriyas. Therefore, only Adhisthana Devata. Therefore, only the discussion on Adhisthana Devatas of Jnanendriya and Karmendriya. Therefore, the next topic will be the mentioning of Devatas of Karmendriya, which we will read. Vacho Devata Vannihi.
Vacho Devata Vahnihi.
Vagnihi.
Hastayorindraha.
Hastayorindraha.
Padayor Vishnuhu.
Padayor Vishnuhu.
Payor Mrityuhu.
Payor Mrityuhu.
Upastasya Prajapatihi.
Upastasya Prajapatihi.
Iti Karmendriya Devataha.
Iti Karmendriya Devataha.
Vacho Devata Vannihi. Vacho is Vachaha because of Sandhi. Vacho. Vachaha. Shashti Vibhakti Ekavachanam. Devata. Devata is the Lord. The presiding deity for Vak is Vannihi. Vannihi is Agnihi. Agni is the Lord, the Adhisthana Devata for Vak. Then Hastasya, Hastayoho. Why Hastayoho? Because two hands are there. Therefore, Hastayoho. Like Ramasya, Ramayoho. Shashti Vibhakti Dvivachanam. Hastayoho. Indraha. Indra is the Lord of Hasta. Padayoho. That is also like Rama Shabda only. Shashti Vibhakti Dvivachanam. Two legs are the feet. Therefore, Padayoho Vishnuhu. Vishnu is the Lord of the Pada. Payoho Mrityuhu. Payoho is Ukaranta. Payoho is Shashti Vibhakti Ekavachanam. Payoho Mrityuhu. Mrityu, that is Yama. Yamadharmaraja is the Lord for the Payu, that is the organ of expiration. Then Upastasya Prajapatihi. Prajapati is the Lord for the Lord of Upastasya for the genitals. For the genitals, the Lord is Prajapati. Karmendriya Devata. These are the Devatas of the Karmendriya. So, the Devatas, all these, each sense organ have the Devata. That is why in the Nyasa of some chanting, we ask the Adhisthana Devatas of each organ to protect that particular organ. Like in Rudra, in the Lagunyasa of the Rudra. Prajanane Brahma Tishtatu. In the Lagunyasa of the Rudram, if you have heard, in the beginning itself, it comes. Prajanane Brahma Tishtatu. Brahma, let him stand. Tishtatu means let him be there. Where Prajanane Brahma Tishtatu. I will show you that. You can see that very nice chant of the Rudra. It's a beautiful chant. That asking the Lord, asking the Adhisthana Devatas of each Indriya to be protective. So, by chanting this, we are creating a firewall. We are creating a firewall around us, so that nothing can disturb us. Nothing can disturb the function of the sense organ. Prajanane Brahma Tishtatu. This comes under the Lagunyasa of Sri Rudra. Padayor Vishnus Tishtatu. Just now we saw Padayoho Vishnu. You can see Padayoho Vishnus Tishtatu. Astayor Haras Tishtatu. In the Tattvada Astayoho, the Devata is Astendra is Indraha. Here it says Haraha. There may be a slight difference, doesn't matter. Bahorindra Tishtatu. Bahu. Asta is hand. Bahu is the shoulder. Indra is the Lord. Bahorindra Tishtatu. Jatare Agnis Tishtatu. Jatara is stomach. Hridaye Shivas Tishtatu. Kante Vasavas Tishtantu. Vaktre Saraswati Tishtatu. Nasikayor Bhagis Tishtatu. Yanayo Chandradityo Tishthetam. Karnayo Rashvino Tishthetam. Lalate Rudras Tishtantu. Murdhnyadityas Tishtantu. Shirasi Mahadevas Tishtatu. Shikhayam Pamadevas Tishtatu. Prishte Pinaki Tishtatu. Puratashyuni Tishtatu. Parshvayo Shiva Shankaro Tishthetam. Sarvato Vayus Tishtatu. Tato Bhagi Sarvato Girjvala Mala Parivritas Tishtatu. Sarveshu Angeshu Sarva Devata Yatasthanam Tishtantu. Very important point. Sarveshu Angeshu Sarva Devata Yatasthanam Tishtantu. Angeshu, Anga, the limbs. The body has got different limbs. Angas are there. Every anga. Sarveshu Angeshu, in all the anga, Sarva Devata. All the devatas, let them be there. Let them be protective. Let them be protectively be there. Tastan, let them be there. Being there, they protect. Tastanam Tishtantu, Mam Rakshantu. Let they protect me. Being there, protect me. That is the prayer. So this is creating a firewall around you before chanting the Rudram, so that there are no obstacles. There are no Adhyatmika obstacles. That is the idea. So it's a nice way of protecting oneself, self-protection. It need not be chanted only before Rudram. It can be chanted even at other times also. Even when you go out, you can chant, asking Bhagavan to protect you. All the Adhisthana Devatas. You are praying to Adhisthana Devatas. You are praying to Adhisthana Devatas to be seated in their respective position in my body, so that the body is healthy, the body is functional. No disease can touch us. That is the idea. So therefore, only the discussion on Adhisthana Devata. So therefore, Vacho Devata Vadnihi, Hastayor Indraha, Padayor Vishnu, We have to add Devata to each word. Agni Devata, Indra Devata, Vishnu Devata, Mrityu Devata, Prajapati Devata. Here also, like the Jnanendriya, you can see the connection between the organ and the Adhisthana Devata. For example, the Adhisthana Devata for Vak is Vannihi, Agnihi. Agnihi is the Adhisthana Devata. Agni means not the literal fire. Agni refers to Agni Devata. Agni refers to the Devata, Adhisthana Devata of the Agni. Now, what is the connection between the Vak and Agni? There is some connection. Agni has got two things, two aspects Agni has got. One is light. Jyotihi, one is light. It gives out light. Agni is light only, not it gives out light. Agni is light. Sun is light. Light and sun cannot be separated. Similarly, heat, that Ushnam, that is also an aspect. Ushna cannot be separate from light. So light and heat, these are the two aspects of fire, Agni. Sun has both light as well as heat. It is light and it can generate heat, and it is heat. It is hot, always Ushna. Similarly, when we open our mouth to speak, not for eating, to speak, there are two possibilities. By opening our mouth, by saying something, we can throw light on a particular subject matter. It is possible. When you speak, we also ask, no, you throw some light on the subject. It means you speak and make me understand. That is the meaning. So when you speak means you throw light on a particular subject matter. The subject matter under discussion, you throw some light on it. You illumine the topic by elaborating it, by making the people understand. That is called throwing light. So speaking is throwing light. Unfolding, explaining the subject matter. That is what is called speaking. That is called throwing light. Like you see things very clearly in the light of the fire. Similarly, the words what you speak, it reveals the topic. It reveals the topic. It throws light on the topic. It reveals your emotion. It reveals your intention. That is light aspect of the speech. Even the Mahavakyam, Tat Tvam Asi, that is the Mahavakyam, which is what the Shastra unfolds. That is what the Tatparyam of the Shastra, the teaching of the Shastra, that is revealed through what? Through words. That is revealed through words. The words can throw light, like the fire, like the Agni. Tat Tvam Asi, the Guru has to tell. When the Guru tells that Mahavakya and explains the Mahavakya, that explanation is called throwing light. That is what is done in the Upanishad class. When we read the Upanishad mantra, that throwing light, that is explaining the mantra by which we understand the Mahavakyam, the Tatparyam of the Shastram. So throwing light is one aspect of the words which flow through the mouth, that is the speech. Another possibility is the speech, the words can produce heat. Can produce heat. That is why we say there is a heated debate. heated discussion. The discussion when becomes an argument, when it becomes a serious argument, we call it as heated discussion. It creates heat, it creates friction. When there is disagreement between the people, then the discussion is said to become heated. So, therefore, the speech can create light as well as heat. Light is knowledge. Heat is because of the friction. Disagreement, because of disagreement, it can create heat. So, the light and heat are two aspects of fire, which is there in the speech also. Therefore, Vacho Devata Bhutnihi, it is very apt to say that Agni Devata is the Lord of the speech. Agni Devata, who is in the form of light, refers to the knowledge. Prakashatmika Devata Agni, that light refers to the knowledge revealed by the speaker. Revealed by the speaker. And that is why in Sanskritam, the speaker, that is the speaker, the first person is indicated, is referred to by the word Uttama Purusha. The person is called Uttama Purusha. The Purusha, that is the person, that is the first person who is a speaker, you should be Uttama. You should be the Uttama. Uttama means the great. The speaker should be Uttama. Uttama can also mean last. You should be the last person after everybody speaks. You must be the last person and the best person to open his mouth. To open his mouth and throwing light. That is a Uttama Purushaha. It's a Uttama Purusha. So, to be a Uttama Purusha, you should be able to listen to the words of others so that there is no heat. Generally, we don't listen to what other people say. Immediately we say, abstract the speech of other person, and therefore there is heat. First, the person should have the listening capacity. So allow the other person, everybody to speak, and you be the last person to speak. After everybody's speech, after understanding everybody's speech, so that you will have very clear idea and you speak them. So, therefore only Uttama Purusha. The very name Uttama Purusha, why it is there for the first person in Sanskritam, because of this reason. The Uttama is one who is great. He doesn't consider himself to be superior. He has respect for the listener. That is why he listens to everybody, every speaker, and the last person to speak. The speaker is Uttama Purusha, and the listener is Madhyama Purusha, and the person or the topic about whom it is spoken, that is called Prathama Purusha. That is why Prathama Purusha is third person in English. Madhyama Purusha is second person. Uttama Purusha is the speaker. And also being Uttama, you should speak always the truth. Therefore, speech is involved. Speech involves light. Light means knowledge. Therefore, Vacho Devata Vannihi, that is the connection. You can see the connection. Why Agni Devata is the Adhisthana Devata of speech, the power of communication. So, Agni is the Devata of the total power of communication. The Devata who presides in total power of communication is Agni Devata. In Vyashti Jivas, he manifests the form of speech, Vachaha. Also, it is said that Saraswati, the Vagdevi, she is the goddess of speech. That is what in the Lagunyasa also it came in Rudram, Lagunyasa, Saraswati. Saraswati, even in other places it is said Brihaspati. Brihaspati is the Lord of speech. Briha means walk. So Brihaspati means the Devata of Vak Devata. So whether we call Agni Devata or Saraswati Devata or Brihaspati Devata, it doesn't matter. All of them, all they are different, just different names referring to the Adhisthana Devata presiding over the total power of speech, the total power of communication. Communication is very important because of miscommunication, communication gap only there are problems. Therefore, we pray to Vak Devata. We pray to the Vak Devata, Saraswati or Agni or Brihaspati to endow us with proper communication, power communication skill. Vacho Devata Vannihi iti. Then Hastayor Indraha. Indra stands for the Bhujabalam, Bahubalam. Bahubalam, the strength in the hand. Bahubali. So Indra stands for the power of action, the power of movement. And also the Indra is the greatest, is the head of all the devatas. Not the greatest, is because he is the head, therefore he is the greatest, you can say. Indra also means the great, that meaning also is the Vasudevendra Yogi. That also Indra is the greatest. One meaning is that here referring to the head of the devatas. Being the head, therefore he has got great power. And as a devata, he presides over the total power of activities accomplished using hands by the Vyashti Jivas. Jivas are many. Vyashti Jivas, the sum total of all the power of the Jivas is presided over by, is the power of Indra Devata, and that is presided over, that faculty is presided over by Indra. That is the idea. The Adhisthana Devata of the sum total of power of activities accomplished through hands is Indra Devata. Padayogo Vishnu. Vishnu Devata, he presides over the total power of movement which are accomplished through feet. We know the story of this Vamana Avatara. In Vamana Avatara, Lord Vishnu, he exhibited his power of movement. Just by 3 steps, 3 movements, he measured the whole Jagat. Jagat doesn't mean only the world. This world is only a part of the Jagat. Jagat means the whole cosmos. Whatever is available for your objectification is Jagat. So, by just 3 steps, he measured the whole Jagat, the movement. So, therefore, Vishnu Devata. So, Vishnu refers to the power of movement. So, therefore, the power of movement which Vyashti Jivas enjoy, the sum total of it presided over by the Adhisthana Devata, Vishnu Narayana iti. Then Payoho Mrityuhu. Payu, as I told before, Payu is the organ of evacuation whose job is to remove the wastage from this system, the body system. And Yamadharmaraja is the Adhisthana Devata. He presides over the total cleaning, total power of cleansing. Total power of cleansing. So he presides over the organ of evacuation. He is Lord Yama is he has taken up the department of keeping the body clean. Like we have the workers to keep the city clean, the corporation workers. Similarly, This cleaning activity is done under the supervision of Yamadharma Devata. He presides over Payu Indriya. He is a cosmic, in fact, he is a cosmic cleaner. He cleans. He keeps the accounts clean by giving the Papa Punya which the Jiva deserves. He cleans up the world by taking out the Jivas at the appropriate time. That is also cleaning. The cleaning, that is taking back the Jivas from the world. The death, that is also a cleaning. The death is also a cleaning. Not that Jivas are continuously produced and they continue to sustain. Jivas are also dying. So many Jivas every day they are dying. Therefore, that cleaning activity is taken care by Yamadharmaraja. He is a cosmic scavenger. Not only the scavenger of the body, he is a cosmic scavenger. Therefore, he is the Adhisthana Devata, the presiding deity of the organ of evacuation, anus. Not only anus, it's also kidney, because solid as well as liquid waste, both have to be disposed from the body. So the organ which represents which does the evacuation activity is the anus and the kidney, and therefore the Adhisthana Devata presiding over it is Yamadharmaraja. So therefore Yamadharmaraja refers to the power of removing the unwanted things. Removing unwanted things. And also he removes the people. He removes the people from the world in the form of death. That is Yamadharmaraja. And Yamadharmaraja, by hearing the name, people are afraid. Yamadharmaraja doesn't do any unfair activity. Unfair activities he never does. He is responsible for preserving the order of the creation. To preserve the order of the creation, he has to remove the waste. He has to remove the waste out by dispensing the results of action to the Jivas. Jiva comes to the world and lives for a certain period. How long? Not forever. So after some time it has to go. Then only the creation also will sustain. Therefore he is a cleaner. He is a cleaner. By cleaning activity, he preserves the order. Similarly, by cleaning activity, presiding over the kidney and the anus, he cleans the body and preserves the order of the body, the orderly function of the body. Therefore, he is the Adhisthana Devata. Therefore, we don't look down upon any part of the body. Every part of the body, like other part of the body, it has to be looked upon. If the organ of evacuation doesn't function, what will happen? If the street is not cleaned, what will happen to the cities? Similarly, the body is not clean. If the organ of evacuation doesn't function, what will happen? What has gone inside has to come out. That function is very much important. And therefore, Mrityu Devata presides over that. And Upastasya Prajapati is Brahmaji. Brahma Devanam Prathamastambhabhuva. Brahmaji is the first being born and he is a creator. Brahmaji stands for the principle of creation. So Prajapati, as a Adhisthana Devata, Prajapati, he represents the total power of creation. The total power of creation presiding over the sense organ of creation in all the individuals, Jivas. Brahmaji is Puranically presented as the Devata with the 4 heads. As the 4 heads, the Brahmaji, when we say it is the Brahmaji, the Prajapati with the 4 heads is a Brahmaji. He creates He creates a Jagat, he creates a beings, the Jagat. Brahmaji refers to the total power. He can create all the beings, all the species. There are so many species in the world. 84 lakh species are there in the world. All are created by Brahmaji. The same power of creation, in a limited way, it is enjoyed by the individual. Is enjoyed by the individual. The individual has the limited power of reproducing. Reproducing what? Reproducing only a particular species. Human being can reproduce only human being, not any other being. So that's a limitation. And also in terms of number, in terms of species, there is a limitation. But there is the power of reproduction that is enjoyed by the jiva. And the sum total of reproduction of all the jivas is the power, is what Brahmaji refers to, the Adhisthana Devata. So Brahmaji stands for the total potential power of creation. Brahmaji. To be the creator of the total, he must be all knowledge. He must have total knowledge. That is why Brahmaji has got 4 heads. 4 heads stands for 4 Vedas. 4 Vedas stands for the whole total knowledge, omniscience. So Brahmaji is Sarvajnaha. He is all knowledge. He knows everything. He has got a total idea of what is to be created, how to be created, everything he has. That the individual enjoys in a limited way, the power of creation. So that is presided over by that. The productive organ is presided over by the Prajapati. Upastasya Prajapatihi iti. So these are the devatas of the Karmendriya. What does that each organ, the functional field of each sense organ, what are they? If you ask, that is going to come the next line, but we will see. We will see that in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidham Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri
Gurubhyo Namaha.
Harihi Om.
धन्यवाद गुरुजी.
धन्यवाद
धन्यवाद गुरुजी. धन्यवाद गुरुजी.